Well, that hits me right in the heart, buddy. I thought you always thought I was amazing, so that's why you got me on here. But I see how it is.
Ah,
Hello, hello. Good evening. Good morning, whatever it is. It's internet time. I don't know what it is. The weeks. Yeah, I haven't played as much HOTS as I wish that I could. Heroes as I wish I could. But I don't know. The Steam sale has been killing me. So it's that's just kind of my bane of my existence is the Steam sale. So I played like Wolf Among Us, and I picked up Batman Arkham Origins. Yeah, that was a good one. And I don't know, way too much stuff. And playing that, and WoW alphas and betas, and I don't know, just too much of everything. Not enough heroes,
Not
except for
enough
with you
heroes.
yesterday.
Yeah, well, we did yesterday and last week we did it too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that's weird. We that you haven't played a lot. No, I'm just fixing my technical difficulties. Anyways, then the other night we were playing and I kind of got taken away and I disappeared out of nowhere when we were playing.
Yes.
I kind of felt
It
bad.
was like, yeah, you're like, all of a sudden you were gone, and then we're like, where'd he go? And then we had to drop you, and it sucked.
Yeah, I did. I had baby issues. Anyways, Josh, what have you been up
blame
to?
the poor baby.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was-
Blame the baby, Adam. Um, what have I been up to? I've been hitting up the Steam Summer Sale. I've been backed off from looking at it because as you know, I probably spent way too much in Heroes, so I don't need to spend way too much in Steam. Um, but I've been playing Heroes quite a bit this week, and that's about it. I've been coming really busy lately into where Heroes is just the perfect game for me right now because of the time length it matches.
And Zim, you got a new computer, I know. So,
Finally.
how's that doing for your gaming?
Good. I wanted to play more Heroes, but it seemed like it was down every time I tried to play it. So I got sucked into StarCraft big time. But I did play some Heroes. I played like 4 hours straight last night.
Yes,
Nice.
it's awesome that you finally kind of have a computer that can handle it. I know that we tried playing it that one time and it didn't really work after the last
Nope.
game. The last time you were on the show. My words are all messed up today. For me, it's kind of the same stuff as last week. I did get some heroes playing, especially with the patch. I played some Zagara. It's very exciting. I love new heroes. I think at this point we're seeing, once a month we're getting a new hero. So I'm interested to see who we're going to get next. And on top of that, more Arkham Asylum because I finally bought it and finally was playing it. I'm getting further into it, so I'm excited. I like Batman. Batman's fun.
I'm Batman.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
You're like just yes.
Yes.
I approve of
Oh,
this
wait.
message.
I am Batman. Oh, wait.
Maybe you should work on your Batman voice for the next episode.
I need to not. It's too much tea. My throat's doing well, so it's when it's not feeling well I can do the Batman voice.
Yeah, chain smoke like 20 cigarettes or something to get it perfect.
Yeah. I'm Batman. Yeah, I can't do it.
that was like
As
a
my wife
creepy
walked
Batman.
in while you were talking, so I'm like,
The Joker doing it.
That was like a creepy Batman. That's the
Hello,
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, the Batman you don't want near your kids.
yes.
So, like I said, this week we have had actually a bunch of news, not just about the patch, but a little bit about in-game experience changes. Josh, why don't you kind of give everybody the heads up on what's going on with the catch-up mechanics, really?
Actually, one second here. My browser is messing up. So give me 1 second, and once that comes up, I will tell you the changes of the catch-up mechanic.
Man, jeez, it's like you didn't prepare.
My computer, I can't control that, sir. All right, so here it is. It's the It's the underdog bonus that they added on there. Bonus trickle experience. This is what I'm reading from the actual Heroes website here. The bonus trickle experience gains have been removed, so trickle XP will no longer be increased for a team that's 3 or more levels behind. And a baseline trickle XP, which is a small amount of experience earned, is the same rate by both teams over a course of a game, is still present. And then the team that is behind in levels, the quote-unquote underdog as they call it, to me I call it the team that sucks, now earns bonus XP when the enemy hero is killed, starting at 1 level difference. Each hero takedown secured by the lower level team will grant a little more XP than it would at even levels. The amount of bonus XP earned by takedown will scale significantly based on how many levels apart the teams are, and caps off at a 4 level difference. And the bonus XP will be granted for each takedown until the teams become level.
Yeah, I mean, so what basically they're trying out different ways to basically catch the other team up. I kind of like the change. Fimless, what are your thoughts on this change?
I like it a lot. I have not. I don't know. I don't know that I've noticed it like on our matches. I don't know that I noticed it that much. We were way behind at one point, and I don't notice that the catch up mechanics were stupendous. But I did notice that at some point I think we actually lost, but we were ahead because we came back. So maybe it was an effect. But I think it's a good idea. I think they really do need to do something to try to even it out, because I think it gets to be not fun almost for either. For either team, when it gets too far. I mean, yeah, you're way ahead. It kind of is fun to just roll over everybody, but you're not really feeling any challenge. It's not, so I talked about this a lot on our show, and I think it's really a good idea because it will cause more team fights, which is what Blizzard wants, from what I can tell in this game. And because the underdogs are going to want to kill the ones that are ahead, the heroes, because that's how they get their extra XP. They can't just do other stuff, so they have to go after the heroes, and so they need to organize better and start killing heroes. And then the other guys are going to try to stay together also, so that they can defend themselves, because if any one of them gets caught out, this guy's going to get ganked by everybody, all the rest of the other team coming out. So it'll cause the other team to try to go after objectives with all their heroes, and the underdog will go after those guys. So it'll start getting more team fights, and I think that's good.
Mm-hmm. Now, Tim, have you had any experience with realizing what's going on with the?
I didn't even notice. I didn't notice it at all, really. But I only played like 4 hours, last night, so I didn't notice it at all.
Mm-hmm. You see, I really feel like this is a better option in terms of a catch-up mechanic, because it feels like the other team has to do something to catch up. It's not where they're just given more XP over time to catch up with the trickle XP. It also gives the lead team, it doesn't feel as bad to be in the lead anymore when it comes to XP, because before you're like, oh, the other team's just getting more experience, they're gonna catch up eventually just because they're getting more than we are. With this, they can actually proactively stop that increased experience gain by staying as a group and fighting together. So you don't die, right? So it doesn't feel like a negative for the team that's ahead. It seems more of a positive for the team that's behind. And on top of that, every game in the history of gaming, if you're a lower level and you kill something that's a higher level, you get more XP. So it really just fits into what I think people are used to. So it feels more natural, less of a, I think, complaint.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, and I use this term on our show, rubber banding. Like you see it in some racing games and stuff where they try to rubber band, where if you're behind, you kind of get to be pulled ahead, or even the opposing guys get to be pulled ahead. You don't get to feel that where it's just happening. You actually have to do something to have it happen.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's not Mario Kart anymore, where you're like, I hope I'm in last place going into that final lap, so that way I can get caught up at by the very end and win. Because you have that speed boost.
Because they give me the boost.
Yeah, because you get that speed boost until you get into first place. And if you timed it right, you could just do it right at the end and win. So
Exactly.
I mean, I like the change in comparison because there's got to be something to keep people kind of together. Otherwise, you're going to get games that are too out of the way. And I don't know if it's a thing that maybe they take it off for more competitive play, where it's like, well, now you're competitive, you have to stay up early, or
It may be ranked or something, though they can remove it when they do get ranked play in there. So the ranked play doesn't have any of that. You just have to do as best you can.
yeah. And the other change that I saw was that killing minions in the lane has increased by like 20%. I mean,
Keep you in lane.
keep you in lane. That's a extra 20%. That's pretty decent. Every time you'd get 5 levels, you get an extra level now, I guess, or close to it. And
I think it's good early game.
early game, yeah, for sure. Late game,
You
probably
don't
not
tend to
as much.
stay in lane at late game for any reason.
Yeah. Now, have you guys noticed like maybe a quicker game now that you're
Well-
getting the faster XP at the beginning? Josh?
I was going to say with the minion XP, it's not 20% of a level. You just get 20% more per creep. So you're not going to get a level for every 5 kills. Is that what you were saying?
No, I'm saying like every 5 levels you normally get, it's almost equal to an extra level because you're getting 100%, you're getting 100% XP. It's math.
I know how to do math. I just heard it the other way that
I
you
know.
were saying you get 20% of a level for a creep kill. I'm like, wait, that's a lot of XP. That would be awesome, but
Yes.
that was all my question about that.
Yeah. Do you feel as though you're getting up to your level 5, 6, 7 faster? Is it a tangible difference to you guys?
I noticed for me, I don't know if this has to do with XP or not, but I noticed that we're higher levels, and it's like the matches is like 3 or 4 minutes in, maybe 5 minutes sometimes, before the first blood's drawn. I don't know if that has to do with this XP bonus gain, but I've noticed it ever since the patch went that it's taken a lot longer with the teams being a higher level XP before the first kill comes along.
No, I've noticed that as well. And I think it's just you're getting a little more XP from the minions, so you're living a little quicker. The early game's a little quicker, but I've noticed my games actually are lasting longer. Like, I feel like the games have been closer to 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Zim, how long were your matches over the 4 hours? How many did you get in?
Got probably like 7. I think 7 games in.
Yeah, so you're probably looking half-hour matches, roughly?
Yeah, not even. A little bit less, I would say.
How about you, Fimly? So, time of your games lately? Longer, shorter?
It depends. I mean, I think we had a really marathon game last night was pretty long game. We had one really long game, but and I think that was the one we lost. It was 26 to 20, level 26 to level 25 or whatever. But I think that this early game is getting faster. I think that definitely has improved. I think that the late game has slowed down, but I think that has more to do with the other changes, the very long list of hero changes and modifications to the different heroes. I think they've toned down a little bit of the damage in some places. The change to the attack speed, which I don't know if we'll talk about that or not, but the change to the attack speed, not scaling, I think makes a big difference in the late game, even though they say all the damage is been equalized. Back around, I think you'll see that is a big difference. It feels much better in early game. You're not attacking as slowly. It doesn't feel like you're like, and late game, but it's not as fast. So I think that has a big impact on it too.
So we're going to kind of move into the patch notes. We're going to hit a decent amount of it today. Usually we split up into 2 weeks. We'll kind of see how the show's going because we do have our hero spotlight. We'll start off by talking about a little bit about the changes to the UI. The in-game tab screen has been reworked. I think I love this screen now. You tap tab and you get a whole bunch of information that you didn't get before. Such as there was a siege, damage or done, healing done. I'm a guy for numbers, so the more numbers I get to look at, the better.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice to see.
You can actually see beyond kills. When I think this will help in a multiplayer environment where you're not playing with friends because they can see that you're doing something and not be like, you're just standing around doing nothing. So
Yep. I found it very interesting because I realized that as Kerrigan, I was actually doing the second most amount of healing on the team, which was very interesting.
Do they figure
really?
shields into
That was
healing?
interesting. No, I don't think so. But she has. I take the healing talent when I do my Q that heals my. So I healed myself like more than anybody else was healing anybody. So it was that was interesting. I think.
Zim, what do you think of like the tab screen, the UI? Is there any changes to UI that you've really noticed?
The map is smaller.
Is that good or
That
bad?
is my favorite part, that I can see more of my screen. I didn't know at first. I'm like, is that me? Because I can actually play on not the lowest graphics and lag. Is it me? And it's like, oh, I guess it's supposed to be this way. Yay.
Yeah, a lot
We're
fewer
excited.
accidental clicks of the map.
Yeah.
I still do that, but not as much.
No, it's been an issue that I had a lot. Josh, anything on the screen UI or anything that really kind of sticks out to you?
Couple of things there. I do like the scaling level that it's at now. I think it's just right. The map size is great. The tab screen is awesome because you can also hit show talents instead of seeing stats. You can see what talents everyone is picking, even the opposite team. So that can kind of give you something to work with when strategizing against them. And then you can also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but you can block chat and you can just block people from the actual screen that shows you the stats of people. So you can just, if they're being a jerk talking to you, saying, oh, you guys suck, you can just hit tab and there's a little like speech bubble looking thing next to their, on the far right side, and just block them. You don't have to worry about them anymore.
You know what's kind of weird is you can block enemies chat, which you can't cross chat between your enemies anyways. So I'm like, is that like a sign of things to come? Like, are they gonna
Probably.
put it into game?
I'm guessing so.
Maybe.
Another thing I noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when you're on a kill streak, your nameplate above your character starts flaming up like you're on fire. I don't know if you guys noticed that at all, but so if you see an enemy team and his nameplate's on fire, that means he has a kill streak going on.
Oh, it means like stay away from him. He is
Or
going
try to kill
you.
Or kill him, yeah. I was going to say kill him.
I like how the stats come across, like who killed who in the middle of the screen and stuff like that. I'm really loving the UI change that they're going to with this right now.
Yeah, one thing I don't like is when you hit control, even when you don't have a talent to select, your talents come up. Because like in a lot of mumble stuff like that, control is my talk key. So when I'm hitting control and then I'm trying to click where that talent area is, I'm not moving because it's a little frustrating on my part. I think that's just a minor issue with mine. I think I would prefer that it not be linked to just control because it's connected to N as well. So it's like two buttons that are doing it.
I didn't even know that control did it, honestly. I always just clicked it. Guess I'm a chump.
I was click.
That's right.
So, any other kind of UI changes that kind of stuck out for any of you guys?
I think that the list of the levels on the bottom of the talent selection thing is kind of silly. When I read the thing in our show, we hadn't actually played it yet because it hadn't come up yet. And so we were trying to figure out what it was talking about when it was saying, okay, we made it smaller, and then the tier selection has been moved from the left to the bottom of the pane, and I wasn't sure what that was. And I never even noticed that there was a list of the levels that you get the tiers at until they said that they looked at it. Then they're at the bottom there, and I'm like, what is that for? Like, I guess to look ahead or to look, back to see what you picked. I mean, it just seems kind of, and it's something nice, but it seems like it takes up additional room that they don't really need to use. Just my 2 cents on that one.
I don't know if I noticed that or not. I'm gonna have to take a look and to see how I feel about it. 'Cause I don't know if I've noticed.
Well, I was
that or
looking
not.
at it because I was like, I wanted to understand what they were talking about because I read it and I'm like, I don't understand what they're saying, but you know, maybe most people won't notice it. I don't know.